Imagine a world without LEGO Star Wars. No new X-Wings, no new battle packs, no UCS Millennium Falcon. Well, in 2032, that nightmare scenario could become real. Possibly. Good morning everyone, today we're diving into a huge what if. What would happen if LEGO and Disney decided not to renew their Star Wars licensing agreement? This partnership has been going strong for over 2 decades, but every license has an expiration date, and 2032 is currently the next big milestone. And so let's break down what this would mean for LEGO, for Star Wars, for collectors, and for that aftermarket price. LEGO and Disney don't just shake hands and say, yeah, let's keep making toys forever. These partnerships are signed contracts, usually lasted about 10 years. Back in 2022, LEGO secured their latest renewal, which runs until, you guessed it, 2032. That's the date where both companies will reassess if their partnership is still worth it. So why could things fall apart? There are 2 really big possibilities. Scenario 1, LEGO decides Star Wars isn't worth it anymore, maybe Disney slows down production of new movies and shows, maybe the hype fades, maybe Star Wars fatigue sets in. If the franchise doesn't drive sales, LEGO will most likely walk away. Scenario 2, Disney decides LEGO isn't the right partner anymore. If LEGO ever starts losing out to other products, Disney might license Star Wars out to another toy brand, or push for a more digital-first experiences, like video games, instead of plastic bricks. So what would a world without LEGO Star Wars look like? First off, the aftermarket would explode. As soon as LEGO officially announced Star Wars is ended, shelves would be wiped clean. UCS sets in particular would skyrocket in price. Think the Falcon, the Star Destroyer, the Death Star. Cheaper battle packs and playsets would still hold their value, but not to the same extent, because those are produced in higher numbers. The real money would be in the minifigures. LEGO's economy is minifigure driven, and the Star Wars minifigures already dominate the aftermarket. The second LEGO stops producing them, custom creators and third-party shops will step in hard. We'd see unofficial clones, stormtroopers, Mandalorians and new characters flooding the market. Those prices will then rise because they'd no longer have to compete with LEGO's retail versions. Of course, not every set would benefit equally. A set like the UCS Sandcrawler loaded with exclusive minifigures would skyrocket, but a build like the UCS 8080, which is mostly about the engineering of the build, might not see the same jump without the minifigures to drive demand. And don't forget, LEGO instructions are forever. As long as you can find the pieces on Bricklink, anyone can technically build these sets. What you lose is the convenience of the sealed box, the official branding, and brand new minifigures. Looking at the long term, this is where things get interesting. If LEGO walked away because Star Wars lost its relevance, the aftermarket would look completely different. If the franchise as a whole was declining, values would probably already be down before 2032, and sets wouldn't suddenly spike, they'd just fade away gradually. But if Disney was the one to pull the plug while Star Wars is still thriving, then the demand shock would be immediate and brutal. Prices would spike overnight, collectors would panic buy, and LEGO Star Wars would become the next holy grail of retired LEGO themes. I'll be honest, as a lifelong Star Wars and LEGO fan, it's hard to imagine the theme ending. I've been collecting LEGO Star Wars since I was 5ish. It's been a while, okay? I still remember the excitement of walking into a LEGO store for the first time, saving up for sets like the Y-Wing or getting my first battle pack. These sets weren't just toys, they were a way to connect with a galaxy far, far away. But in recent years, things have changed. Prices are climbing, quality control on minifigure prints are slipping, stickers are overused, and 18+ collector sets are replacing classic minifigure playsets, or are just horrendously overpriced. It sometimes feels like LEGO is forgetting what made LEGO Star Wars magical in the first place. That mix of buildable ships and minifigures you actually wanted to play with. So what would happen if LEGO and Disney cancelled their Star Wars deal in 2032? In short term, chaos. Aftermarket spikes, custom minifigures booming, and collectors scrambling. In the long term, LEGO would survive. Star Wars would survive. But fans like us would feel the loss of one of the most iconic toy lines ever. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think LEGO Star Wars could realistically end in 2032? Or is this partnership too big to fail? And if it did end, which set in your collection would instantly become your crown jewel? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below, and as always, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a most wonderful day. Bye.